fulfilling your request today and making a video on Oedipus complex and Electra complex. First established in 1899 by Sigmund Freud, so it's a Freudian theory that occurs in the phallic stage of psychosexual development of every child, so he believed, between the ages of 3 to 5, 6, for both girls and boys. So Oedipus complex refers to boys when they unconsciously start to desire their mothers. They want to kiss their mothers, they want to caress their mothers, they want to kill the father, metaphorically speaking, to get rid of the same-sex parent so their mother can be their woman. The same thing occurs to boys, where the girl tries to get rid of their mother and wants to marry her dad. She tries to kiss him on lips, she tries to take care of him in any ways that she sees her mom maybe taking care of the father. She wants to become his only woman. I will go more into depth on each complex in my other videos. Today we'll discover the overall picture with very interesting information. Before we begin, please consider to subscribe. My name is Katya. I'm your sex and relationship coach. I want you to have deeper intimacy, better sex, and better life overall. An important thing to understand here that this is a theory, it's Freudian belief. It's very hard to prove something like that, right? So this theory has gotten a lot of pushback over the years by different renowned psychologists and other scientists. Like, for example, this famous Finnish biologist and sociologist, his name is Edward Westermark. He argued that those we grew up with, we find sexually unattracted because we are too close to them genetically. In fact, he says it's nature's way to avoid inbreeding. So don't take this theory as something concrete, but rather a generalized overall genesis of human sexuality. There is very little evidence that Oedipus complex, Electra complex even exists. Like with all Freudian beliefs, they gain explanatory power the less literally we take them. So now let's go back to Freudian theory, the Oedipus complex. So for the boy between the age of 3 and 5, he starts to unconsciously desire his mom and tries to kill, metaphorically speaking, his dad. Closer to the age of 6, he now realizes that this desire, incestual desire, is wrong, and he stops it. He manages to suppress these desires, and then he starts from the age of 7 to identify with his dad. So he doesn't want to marry his mother anymore. He doesn't want her, he doesn't want to kiss her on the lips, to be her only man, try to kill the father. He now watches closely his dad, how he shaves, how he combs his hair, what he does, how he carries himself in front of women, how strong he is, how brave he is, and he wants to become his dad now. With the girl, it happens exact same thing. She starts to unconsciously desire her dad between the ages of 3 and 6. She wants to marry her dad. Often what happens, the girl climbs into the bed with parents and tries to push the mom away. Actually, you can see those videos when little toddlers, when the mom and dad kissing, the little toddler walks in between and pushes away the mom. Like, she wants to be the woman with her dad, right? She kisses him on the lips, she takes care of him. Closer to the age of 5, 6, she realizes that her desire is not appropriate, it's not socially acceptable, so she moves on. She finds another object of desire in her kindergarten, for example. Do you remember when you were in love with little boys or little girls in your kindergarten? I do. Oh, I suffered so much. I remember those boys that I liked, and they liked this one other girl, and I was suffering. It was my first feeling of love. I don't know, well, yeah, maybe desire too, but definitely that attraction. Tell me in the comments below if you remember the name of your kindergarten love. Around the age of 7, the girl starts to identify with her mother. She wants to put makeup like her mom. She wants to talk, to move, to walk, to cook like her mother. She finally accepts that the father is her mom's man and not hers. So it's very important to note here that if there's no traumas occur between the age of 0 to 7, like alcohol abuse in the family, like domestic violence, like parent leaving, or closer to our Oedipus complex, if the parent doesn't punish you for these sexual urges, right? Because children are sexual, they are, you know, they masturbate. I remember in the kindergarten how girls took off their underwear to show their goodies in front of the boys. And I remember watching that, and I remember feeling those are bad girls, because I think I was telling my parents, my grandma specifically, and she would be saying, well, those are bad girls. So I was lying there and judging. But then we slept, I grew up in Soviet Union, it was still Soviet Union. I slept, our beds were very close to each other. It's almost like was one bed. And I slept with this boy, I remember his name, Maxim Shuvkunov. Our pillows were supposed to be on the opposite side. But when the teacher would leave us, I would put the pillow next to his pillow, and I just wanted to talk to him. And then the teacher would come back, discover that, and she would punish me. So she would put me standing on the bed, and she would put a pillow on my head, and I had to stand like that for an hour during, we call it a quiet hour, while everybody was looking at me, and this was my punishment, because I wanted to talk as far as I remember. But I remember experiencing those feeling of like the butterflies, titillating feeling in my kindergarten years. So there's no traumas during this very important developmental period. When we grow up, we become adults who are more socially adaptable. They do better in life. But let's be realistic, it's not a lot of, it's not, there are some people who are like that, but a big part of our folks, us, we grew up with a lot of traumas that we have to deal on a daily basis in our adulthood. For the parents, and it's very important not to scold them. For example, for a son wanting to kiss his mom, a lot of women, they see that boys' penis are erect when the boys touch them. So some mothers, they start to scold them for it. Or even worse, they start to reciprocate, right? This incestual things start to happen when the mother is lonely, and she starts to substitute the love of her man with her son's love, right? And that's when that complex can cause many problems in the adult life of a person, of a boy. The same thing for girls. So again, psychology is not a hard science. It's often called soft science because it deals with very evasive matter, our unconscious, subconscious mind, something that you cannot touch. So the less literally we take it, the more we can get out of it. In my next few upcoming videos, I'll be talking about Oedipus complex more, Electra complex more, and the 5 stages of psychosexual development of a child. Super interesting. If you'd like to deepen your intimacy, if you'd like to better your connection, please write me an email. Don't forget to like this video if you found this interesting, subscribe to my channel, share it with anyone who needs it, and check out my free offerings in the description below. Bye.